Well, did it make sense? 3,000 years along? Let's look at some more videos here. So now we're gonna look at I was looking at this the other day, and these are royal jujubes. They say they taste like an apple. I'm very interested to know myself if these royal jujubes could grow here in Canada. It looks like they can grow in Australia, which is pretty hot, but I might have to do some more investigating to see if these royal jujube trees can be growing here in Canada. I sure wish these jujube trees could be grown in Canada. That way I could grow some myself. I wonder if anybody wishes they were in control of creation, having, 3,000 years of longing. Do you wish you were in control of creation? Because you're not. So, should something happen to us, such as Fallout 76, because somebody wishes they were in control of creation when, they're really not in control of creation, well, then that leads us to this next video, the wish video, which ultimately leads into wish you were here. Because half of the world is going to say, oh man, I wish mom and dad were here, you know, so we could get rid of evil once and for all. Why would they wish we were here if we weren't here? Obviously, something, must have happened. Now, you'll notice that album there, the guy's on fire. I wonder why he's on fire. Could it be Fallout 76? Somebody thinks that I got wings on the back of my back when I don't have them there? And why are they on a Hollywood set? Could it be someone that's acting, like a Walking Dead person, pretending to be somebody they're not, who has a desire to push that button? I don't know. But I know somebody's acting, I know somebody's lying. The reason that guy's on fire is because of Fallout 76. So let's look at "Wish You Were Here." Let's look at some of the lyrics. I'm going to help you understand what it actually means now. So we got this here. So here's some blue skies, and here's some skies from a nuclear catastrophe. So when they say blue skies from pain, I want you to look at that, because if there's a nuke dropped over here in North America, 100 million people are going to lose their lives, because there's roughly I would say about 25 million, 30 million in southern Ontario alone, but that doesn't include Detroit, Chicago, Buffalo, Cleveland, New York, on the eastern seaboard, because if there's a nuke that drops here and amplified by the largest nuclear power plant in the world, the fallout from that nuclear catastrophe is going to reach the eastern seaboard, and 100 million people are going to lose their lives easily. It will reach over as far as you know Chicago, depending on the winds, right? Because it's kind of like it could be summertime, who knows? It could be fall time, but if the winds are blowing that way, some of that radioactive material could reach as far as Chicago, and then it'll go down south a little bit, and then it'll eventually reach New York. So we're talking 100 million people are going to lose their lives if if that's allowed to happen there. So isn't that pretty painful? To lose pretty much all of Canada right off the bat, instantly, pretty much, I would say. So blue skies from pain. Now, then we got did they get you to trade your heroes, mom and dad over here, for ghosts? The Invisible Man, because nobody's ever seen this guy ever, not once, never. So, did they, evil, get you to trade your heroes, mom and dad, for ghosts or the Invisible Man? How about hot ashes for trees? Let's just go drop that over there. You know, Actually, there's gonna be two dropped here. One's gonna happen in London, and one's gonna happen up here. And I know that because I'll include a trailer for that. It's called London Has Fallen, which is about a nuke being dropped over there. So, hot ashes for trees. Well, what's that? Oh, that's a apple tree, but there's a snake on there. So hot ashes for trees. How about hot air? Have you ever heard that expression? You're full of hot air, man. For a cool breeze. Why is that so cool, science? Oh, because they didn't realize that creation started from spiritual matter beings, and they didn't realize that all creation exists inside of Adam. So, and that there's quarks, and then that there's a soul, and that there's revolves around the universe. They don't know all this stuff, but for them that makes me cool. So, you got hot air over here for a cool breeze. Who knows a bunch of stuff scientifically? How about cold comfort? That guy there, doing that, cold comfort. It's comfortable there, isn't it? Like you're comfortable in that environment for change. Spirituality, love, water, life, air, health, earth. This is the change over here, but you guys are more comfortable over there. How about a walk-on part in the war? The war of what? The war between good and evil. For a lead role in a cage over here. So you got a lead role here. This is a supporting role, and this is an understudy role. So a walk-on part in a war between good and evil for a lead role in a cage. That's high treason. It's eternal damnation. That's blasphemy. Whatever you want to call it. So, you now know what Wish You Were Here is about. The song is about a thermonuclear catastrophe that has befallen mankind, and a lot of people wishing that their mother and father were back here again. So, with that explanation, we can now go into this next series of videos here. The Royal Jubes Harvest, Wish, and Wish You Were Here. Maybe I think I may go into that next video next. London Has Fallen, because that's what's going to happen. Two things are going to hit over here somewhere, and I guarantee you, one's going to hit Bruce Power, and the other one's going to hit London. 100% guaranteed.